way, the Derby crowd applaud a good escape and counter move. He missed that one. Missed a chance there. But he's back at his old favorite moves, the double-handed wrist lever, which he held on to despite that throw. He's got Peter Roberts' left arm in a backhammer position now, as he's coming to a reach for half Nelson behind his neck with that left hand.
5 minutes gone. 5 minutes.
Still 15 minutes to go. No breaks, of course, except after a score in this bout.
1, 2.
That was for a release. Nobody was getting anywhere, so a release is the only thing to be done. And again, Roberts walks into that double-handed wrist lever. And that hurt his shoulder. Still the toe hold winning there. But Haward realizes, of course, no chance of a score there, so no point continuing with it unless it becomes a continuous weakener for him. Nice switch from the arm to leg then by Haward. Very fast, this boy. Really took the leg right over as he went. Roberts had enough of that. Goes in quickly with a quarter Nelson. Really in wrong position. Beautifully done, but the bridge saves Haward. Back to canvas, but shoulder blades nowhere near it at the moment. In fact, he's even getting up from here against Roberts from the double interlocked finger hold. Pretty good. Remember the weight he's giving away? 3.5 stone, very nearly. 3 stone plus, anyway. It's Keith Haward with the black hair and the blue trunks, managing to get back on his feet from that position. Remarkable against Roberts. And Roberts literally pouring with sweat after that little battle there. As Haward has hardly broken sweat at all as yet. He races for that Roberts left leg 2 or 3 times and has missed twice so far. Oh yes, that's cross buttock Roberts. He's trying that double-hander now on the wrist. Didn't work. Haward comes back once again with a counter, toe and ankle. Switch to a double-handed toe hold there. Really folding that leg, bending that leg right round with his left knee behind Roberts' knee. That left leg has been going through it. Roberts is going to start noticing this pretty soon. Again he races for that left leg, but again Roberts sidesteps him. Just not quite fast enough for that. Of course, Roberts, one of the, if not the fastest heavyweights in the business. Look at that double wrist lock by Roberts. Beautifully held, but can he hold the shoulder blades down? Nicely out. Roberts realizes he missed another chance there. Still the double finger interlock. Both men quite happy to try this form of a referee's hold. Again, Haward switches from the arms to the leg very quickly.
10 minutes gone. 10 minutes.
So we're halfway through the bout. And no sign of a score yet, really. In fact, no shoulder blades have touched the deck yet, I don't think, really. Not for more than a second. And of course, they've got to be down for the count of 3. Both agree again to the start of a move for the finger interlock. Again, the cross buttock Roberts. Almost a high point. Stranglehold Roberts. He was trying to reach for a face bar counter here, but I don't think he's going to make it. Trying to go against the hold. There he is. He's out again. Backhammer counter. And the half Nelson from the front. Roberts almost back to canvas. The first chance of a fall here by either man. Ready, there he goes. But Roberts continues the move and rolls out of it very neatly. Two really terrific wrestlers here. Marvelous technicians. I see Haward caught by the sidestep. Roberts attacking from the rear where he likes to, but he went down on his knees very quickly to try and get out of it. Headmare. Nice whip, but Roberts, gets on his feet almost before he was whipped. Beautiful folding press by Roberts. Must have it. So just over 12 minutes. Roberts, the first pinfall. And what a beautiful move it was, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 12 minutes, 6 seconds, the first fall of the contest goes to Super Destroyer, Pete Roberts.
The name that he's held since he came back from Japan with the tag wrestling tournaments out there, Super Destroyer. That's Pete Roberts, originally from Worcester, now living in Chatham.
Second session.
And here we go for the second session, which is about 7 minutes plus, and Pete Roberts, the heavyweight, blonde fellow with the elbow protectors, the best identification point, is leading by 1-0 over Keith Haward of Dartford. Referee Roy Harding's had very little, if anything, to do yet. He hasn't had a counter pinfall, except that one that Roberts got finally. I haven't heard him count more than one yet on a pinfall chance. And he hasn't had to warn either man for any form of foul move. Reminds me of Lucky Gordon's bout previously. It's so different. Roberts' obviously intention now is to go for a 2-0 win over the middleweight. Even though he's European middleweight champion. Single leg Boston attempt. But Haward just won't go. If he does go, it'll be through the ropes, I think. Roberts decides to let that one go. He can't get a submission with it. A bit quick, but just legal. Just as Haward got to his feet. He won't get up at that angle again. He'll be looking at his opponent all the time. Again, that toe and ankle still on, with Roberts putting his weight right on the left leg there.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
So just under 5 minutes now, and Haward going for his attack when his man is already through the ropes, lying right underneath him. Unlucky, of course, he had no time to realize that when he made the attacking dive. Handshake, both men before the restart. 100% to the rules so far. Let's hope he keeps like that to the end. Great wrestling. Both men real technical experts. Wonderful to watch wrestling like this. The high double wrist lock by Roberts. You see, he switches so fast because his man is so busy worrying how to get out of that he forgets the dive. Roberts again going for the left leg of Haward. 4 to go. Just 4 minutes, and again the single leg Boston attempt by Roberts. Remember, he's leading by 1-4-0, and he wants to make it a 2-0 win for himself. And the sweat pouring off Roberts here, absolutely pouring off him. So you'll know he's been in a bout. Again, he grabs that left foot almost before he was up off the deck. Nicely done. Oh, very quick indeed, reaching for the right arm for that folding press. Beautifully done there by Haward. And he's got the same sort of move. And Roberts can't believe it. He smiles, but it's the equalizer to Haward in just 16 minutes, 45 seconds of this 20-minute duration contest. Your MC, Brian Crabtree.
In 16 minutes, 45 seconds, the equalizing fall goes to the red corner, and Hurricane Keith Haward.
Great. He had a second chance at that. He almost let Roberts slip out of it, reached up with his hand just to the stomach area, caught him off balance, brought him down, folded him up, and that was the folding press equalizer in 16 minutes, 45 seconds. But there's still a couple of minutes or so to go.
Third and final session begins.
With 2.5 minutes left, 1 fall each. Roberts and Haward both looking at the timekeeper, waiting for the bell. He remembered to say seconds out. He remembered to say final session, but he forgot to ring the bell. Never mind. It happens to all of us, John. Two minutes now left.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Oh, that whip. Roberts really should have gone with that. Oh, dear. Cause an arm break so easily that he fights against a whip. Both men going flat out for this equalizer. The first forearm uppercut of the match. Short-range body check. He's got the weight for it. Beautiful head mare. Roberts coming down on the guillotine. Back elbow. Waiting for it. He was waiting for that. Got the crutch hold. Now, can he get a slam out of this? Oh, yes, there it is. But he was standing a bit close. Roberts was standing over his man thinking, what shall I do next? At the end of the chance to find him. It's Haward on top now with a cross press. Beautiful move, but thrown off quite easily by Pete Roberts. Less than 1 minute now. Full Nelson. Haward going for the double arm. Beautifully done. double arm with the feet and hands, all he used. And it's over the top. Has he got his... No, the Roberts' feet are touching the ropes, and therefore it won't count. Unfortunate. That was the nearest that Hayward's got. Half a minute now. And now it's Roberts coming back. The first forearms of the bout in this last session. And with just about 12 seconds left now, it's another beautiful slam as Roberts over the top of the cross press. Very dangerous, got a count of a 2 then. But I think it really is too late for a win now. It's got to be a draw. It's right on the bell of the end of this 20-minute duration contest. But what a bout. And listen to that applause.
Thank you. After 20 minutes of superb wrestling by both fighters, the referee's decision, 1 fall apiece, a draw. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Roberts and Hurricane Keith Hayward.
Seconds clear the ring. Round
Again. Well, it really shook the big man there. That flying shoulder butt. And the double hander to the stomach again, really laying on that area now. Hayward has only got 30 seconds to make something of this. He can't lift his man off the deck, no. He's got to wait till he gets up himself, as long as it's within the count of 10. So giving a chance Elijah to come back, settle himself down. And again, back elbow again to the stomach. 8 seconds. 5 seconds.